Hello everyone and welcome to one more session of Cost and Works Accounting. In this session we are going to study the essentials of effective budgeting, or you can also call it as essentials of budgetary control. Now before beginning to the essentials, let's go through the definition of budgetary control given by ICW London. ICW London defines the term budgetary control as follows: the establishment of budgets relating to the responsibilities of executives to the requirements of a policy and a continuous comparison of actual with budgeted results, either to secure by individual action the objective of that policy or to provide a basis of its revision. Now let's see, there are 15 essentials of effective budgeting. Of it, the first one is cooperation of top management. For successful implementation of budget, direction must come from the top. This requires commitment of top management to the budget idea as well as the principles, policies and philosophy underlying it. Thus, budgeting must evoke the wholehearted and factual support of the top management. Second essential, clearly defined organization. A good organization must exist to carry out budgeting in a well manner that will provide maximum benefits. There must be clear division of authority and responsibility in the organization. Proper communication lines should be kept, and there should be proper delegation of authority also. The third essential is accurate accounting system. Sound budgeting requires the maintenance of good accounting. The accounting system in the business should be adequate so as to hold each part of the organization to its responsibilities. The nature of relationship between budgeting and accounting must be clearly defined. Fourth essential, clear-cut and definite business policy. Budgets are prepared to achieve the desired goals. As such, the budget program is based on the business policy. The business policy must therefore be unambiguous and definite so that the budget program can be prepared for the particular period, and it will in turn help the management at all levels to achieve the desired goals. Fifth essential is related with wide participation of subordinates. The actual execution of the budget is to be made by the subordinates. Therefore, wide participation by the subordinates in framing the budgets is essential. They should not feel that the budgets are being imposed on them, making the use of authority. We can also call this as a team work. The sixth essential is regarding the constant vigilance. The actual results must be compared with the budgeted figures constantly, and deviations, if any, are to be reported promptly so that the correct steps can be taken immediately and possibility of occurrence is prevented. What are the deviations now? The difference between the standard and the actual figures, that is the difference between the budgeted figures and the actual figures, is known as deviations. So it should be reported to the higher level, but a constant vigilance should be maintained on it. Seventh essential is reasonably attainable goals. The budget should lay down the targets which are realistic and attainable. A highly aimed budget is likely to fall flat. Next is regarding budget education, a very important essential of effective budgeting. The budget education should be important throughout the firm so that the persons who are responsible to execute the budget will not lose interest in the budget. The employee should be informed of the objectives, potentials and techniques of budgeting and making them understand its uses and limitations. Budget can then serve as a yardstick for the executive performance circumstances. The ninth essential is regarding the flexibility of budgets. The budget should be flexible enough to permit the adjustments in the light of operational circumstances. 10. Preparation of administration distinct job. The various jobs that are being prepared by the administrator, they are known as distinct job from administration. Preparation and administration of budget should not be entrusted to the same personnel. That means a person should not be given two types of jobs. There should be clear-cut division of the responsibility for preparation, operation and supervision of budget. See, there are three categories given over here: preparation, operation and supervision. The person who prepares it should not operate it, and the person who operates it should not supervise it. That means three people should do these three different jobs, and so it is known as preparation of administration distinct job. The next essential and the most important one is maximization of profit. The ultimate object of realizing maximum profit should always be kept uppermost. After all, a businessman does the business for just maximizing the profit, and so it should be one of the essential while budgeting the effectiveness. 12th is logical sequence. It is essential that proper procedures should be evolved for the preparation, submission, examination and review of budget figures in logical sequence. Now, how does the logical sequence arise? First is to prepare, second is to submit, third is to examine, and fourth is to review the budget figures at various stages. And this examining and reviewing the budget figures at various stages is known as logical sequence. The 13th is system of communication. The organization should have proper system of communication. The top management should be able to communicate to lower levels the plans as quickly as possible. At the same time, it should be possible to get the feedback. The top management should issue instructions for correcting the situations. The 14th essential of effective budgeting is regarding the cost. The cost of the system should not exceed the gains or benefits that are accruing. And the last essential is the budget should be always complete, continuous and realistic in nature. So in this session, we have learned the 15 essentials of effective budgeting. With that, we